This is how to park 101. Bristol edition. Look at that shit. Okay, so my friend and I did this thing where he'd come to Sheffield for a week, and then I'd go with him to Bristol, where he's from, for a week, and then we'd both go to London for a few days before flying out. So if you'd read from the title of this video, this is the first of a few videos that are going to be in Bristol, and next week I'm dropping the video where we went out and checked the Concorde, so be sure you're subscribed to see that next week. Okay, so this guy is my tour guide for the day. Where are we heading?
So if in Bristol, the first thing you have to see is the Clifton Suspension Bridge, because that's what we are known for. And afterwards, today I think we'll just be headed around the city for a small peruse.
The difference between Sheffield and Bristol is quite surprising. Like Sheffield's more red brick and there's like a lot of open spaces, whereas Bristol gives a slightly more London vibe. Even though it's not really like London. What I mean to say is that it's more like cramped up and there's like very narrow pathways and stuff like this. We're currently on the road trying not to get run over because even the pavements are like super thin. So we're just walking in and around the area of the suspension bridge, and check that out. Woo! Don't get shit like that in Sheffield.
So the suspension bridge at night is something we need to come and see as well, because it's a completely different mood and experience from what we saw in the daytime.
So yeah, let's come at night again because like one, it's close to your house, and two, I want to get some long exposures. Like, you know, with like the sun stars like things.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll probably see a picture right now.
Yeah.
We did end up going to the bridge at night, but I didn't film that part, and even if I did, this is probably all you'd see. There's this concept that I either read somewhere or probably just heard some YouTuber talk about, that if you can get just one concept out of reading a book and apply it to your life, it's a good read. The same way, if I can go somewhere and get just 3 really good pictures that I can use to tell a story, that's all I should need to be happy. Now, that doesn't mean I only take 3 pictures, in fact I take hundreds. But applying this concept, I tried to make the bridge my shot number 1 of Bristol. And we tried to do everything we can to get a good shot because everything was just dark and gloomy and things just didn't look good. So here's the base image I took. As a matter of fact, I took 3. I exposed 1 for the bridge, 1 for the surroundings, and 1 just to make sure the lights in the background weren't blown out. I played with all 3 of them in Lightroom before bringing it over into Photoshop, where I stacked them to create one image. Yes, and I know doing sky replacements is a terrible thing, but for some reason the entire picture just looked dead and dull, and it's all to do with how grey the sky was and the fact that the light wasn't just there to hit the bridge, so it just didn't look alive. So I decided to replace the sky just to give it a nice warm glow. Generally when you have shitty weather conditions, you just come a few days later when it clears up, but I was only in Bristol for a week and I had other things to do, so I couldn't keep coming back to the bridge. Alright, so that's a quick look at what we did on our first day in Bristol, checking out the Clifton Suspension Bridge. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, do drop a thumbs up below and subscribe to see the Concorde and stuff that's coming next week. And also be sure to check out my Instagram as well as my website, and I'll see you guys in the next one.